In today's video, we will open some channels, receive inbound liquidity, and use the feature of Write the Lightning web interface. Hello, Tony, Explore Crypto channel. Welcome to second video in my Raspiblitz series. Last year, I've created tutorials about setting Raspiblitz up, updating to the newest version, and opening ports. This August, I decided to create weekly Raspiblitz series, and in today's video, we will finally put our Bitcoins up on Lightning Network, we will open some channels, and I will explain some details behind the process. If you want to go back to the video from last week about running both nodes, I mean Bitcoin and Lightning, behind the Tor and creating personal Electrum server and connecting from desktop Electrum, it will be linked in the description and in the card above. I started with creating on-chain Bitcoin address P2WPKJ, pay to witness public key hash, which is a native type address for SegWit that starts with BC1. You can see your address in SSH console as a string, but also as a QR code on Raspiblitz screen. I used my mixed coins to send about 400,000 satoshis into it. If you want used mixed coins, it is very easy to get to your Bitcoin wallets and holdings by analysis, that means seeing what you own, every time you would in future post the Lightning Network invoice publicly. I have written a series of 2 articles about this issue for Bicoinmagazine, linked in the description below. After some time, when the transaction has been confirmed, I opened my Raspiblitz console again with 1ml website in the background. I have chosen to open a connection to other peer. In 1ml, from the list of most connected nodes, I've chosen async node. Why? It's the most connected one with some rich channels, so at the end, the best chance for me to be well connected. I copied the string containing 2 parts, the node public key, usually starting from 02 or 03, and part 2 after the @ sign being node location for ClearNet, the IP of the node, and for Tor nodes, their Tor address. Usually ending with port 9735, which translates to 2607 in hexadecimal, which is an address of Unicode Lightning character. Pretty cool. Pasted the whole string of public key and address and waited for Raspiblitz script to check for success. When our nodes are connected, so both are speaking similar language, we can open the channel to async node. I've chosen the async public key from the list, which is pretty short as I only connected to async so far, so only one node on the list. A suggestion to open source developers or myself if I had some time to develop in future, I would love to see the node name in this list. Pubkey isn't that human-friendly parameter. Next step is to choose the amount for our channel. Usually Lightning minimum channel capacity is 20,000 Satoshi on LND, but async requires at least 50,000 to be allowed to connect to it. I'm choosing 200,000 Satoshis. I would also love to see the Pro tab allowing you to fill in optional fields like Satoshi per byte amount, so the fees for Bitcoin transaction would be lower. I am getting the end result command on the screen. It's a standard LND client command. I was speaking about it in one of my previous videos about manual LND channel configuration, as always in the description and in the card above. Going back to opening channel, as an output, I got channel funding transaction ID, which can be monitored in Bitcoin Block Explorer. This is just normal transaction ID. After I open the channel, the status of my network can be pictured by this infographic. Me, the develop a bit node, open the channel to async node. That's why the arrow is pointing from my node to async. It only shows who primarily control this channel, as only I can set up the custom fees on it, and get the routing fees. So all the routing fees will go my way. Also, all initial liquidity of 200,000 satoshis are on my site right now, so they are local to me. Next thing I did was to ask for inbound liquidity on Twitter, and I got lucky. One of my followers opened channel to me. Thanks Block Society, whoever you are. Not only opened, but also they've done pretty cool thing of rebalancing these channels, but this will come later. Now, looking at our graph, we see another arrow from Block Society to my node with capacity of 1 million Satoshi. It's cool, as otherwise I would have to use Loop service or some liquidity providers to open channel to me for some fee usually. Inbound liquidity is still a problem for onboarding new users, and you need this inbound liquidity to get the payments to you initially. Next thing I've done was enabling the Ride the Lightning web interface so I could manage my node from desktop. As always in Raspiblitz, go to Services, choose RTL web interface by pressing space and confirm with Enter. All the components and dependencies should install in background, and for me it took about 5 minutes. After the installation, there is a pop-up visible in Raspiblitz menu prompting to open URL of a Raspiblitz machine with port 3000. It will only work when both Raspiblitz and desktop or any other remote browser machine are in the same local network, so you can use like your phone to that. When connecting from outside, like from work, use hidden service address in Tor browser, because you are not anymore in your local area when both machines are connected. So when connected, Ride the Lightning dashboard app will ask you for your password B to the Raspiblitz, the password for RPC communication, and voila! Now the whole dashboard for Lightning management is visible in the graphical form. If you want, add it to favorites in your browser and you will be able to manage your node from it. Just to name few features available in RTL, so starting from Bitcoin on-chain transfers, Lightning basic options like connecting a peer and opening a channel, sending and requesting transactions, routing status, signing or verifying messages, looping in and out to create inbound or outbound liquidity, or backing up the channel's static state. For me, the most fascinating option is the graphical representation of channel capacities. After I saw it for the first time, I was surprised as it looked as someone made transfer using the channel between Block Society and Async that was routed through my node. After looking deeper into it, looks like Block Society sent a payment of about 150,000 satoshis in 2 batches, probably looping to himself. Thanks again. I earned 2 satoshis on routing fees through this action. If I would show it on the infographics, now my local capacity in summary is still around 200,000 satoshis. 190 to be more detailed, as on Async channel I have 40,000 on my side and 160 on their side, but on Block Society there is 150,000 on my side and 850,000 on their side. Now, last infographics showing balances in detail, as previous one haven't acknowledged the fee that every channel is reserving for Bitcoin transaction to close the channel unilaterally, so without cooperation. For example, when one of the parties would stop responding, other can force close the channel to redeem funds on their side of the arrow, so their local balance. This infographic is showing these funds as orange, not available to neither of participants in the channel. Also, it's important to know, looking at this infographic, that when forced closing both channels, only the green balance will be transferred to my Bitcoin wallet. So the green balance is on my side of the node, and this is the balance I can use to send to other people. So this almost 200,000 satoshis on my side in total. This is the balance that I can send out. This is the balance that I can send and use it to pay for Lightning Network invoices. But the other balance, the balance on the other sides of the channels, that's the balance that I can receive. So this is the balance that is still waiting for me to be received on the Lightning Network. So if I start putting in like pretty rich invoices out and they are getting filled by other people, then this balance will start decreasing. So when I will get more money on Lightning Network from some people, this red balance will start decreasing and the green one will start rising, obviously. So that's it for this video. Tune in to the next week because we are going deeper into Raspiblitz. There will be more features, more options explained, and I hope you like this video. So if you did, push the like button underneath, maybe comment underneath what was wrong with this video, if anything. And thanks for watching, thanks for supporting. Have a great day. See you in the next video in a week. Bye.